My name is Dom Douglas, and I am back-to-back XWW Commentator of the Year. With that comes some responsibilities, but also a lot of fun and excitement, and I'm never ashamed to look like a complete fool. Speaking of that, I love playing Magic the Gathering, so much so that I kind of think I play it a little bit too much, and I have some opinions. So now, XtremeTVOnline.com and XWW Wrestling on YouTube presents my podcast where I talk about Magic the Gathering. It's the Goblin Grenade Podcast.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Goblin Grenade Podcast. We have a little different episode today. I'm feeling much better. This is a pre-recorded one, obviously. I'm in vacation in New Jersey. This is uploaded a day before I leave. And I'm feeling great. I'm feeling awesome. Next week's episode is how I go about building a commander deck. So it's going to be a little bit of a long episode, but the other thing is some of the voiceover that I did was when I was still being affected majorly by my flare-up of Bell's palsy, which is clearing up fantastically, as you can tell from my voice. No face cam, though, only because this is a little different. This is a deck tech episode where I want to take a standard deck and kind of just go through the motions. This standard deck is $10 tokens from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, mainly trying to keep as many cards that aren't going to rotate out of standard in a couple of months, just so in case you wanted to try to dip your toe into standard, and it's only going to set you back $10, and that is a 60-card main deck and a 15-card sideboard as well. All prices listed are TCG player, but I don't just take to buy it now. I actually dig a little deep and try to get a median price as much as I can. I will dig 8, 9, 10 pages deep to find the normal going rate of these cards. So with this tokens deck, what we want to do is just flood the board with tokens. That's it. You know, a go wide strategy. It will not win you a Pro Tour. It will not even win you a Standard Showdown, probably. But you can take it to a Friday Night Magic Standard event and at least have some fun with it with a focused, tuned deck that actually does a couple of things. And hopefully, if you like it, you can invest some more money into the tokens deck and upgrade it. And we are going to start with 4 copies of Voldarian Epicure, a red for a 1/1 vampire, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you create a blood token. Blood token is 1 and tap to discard a card, sack this artifact, and draw a card. Going rate for these is now about 32 cents a piece. We're playing a whole play set of them, so that's going to set you back $1.28. We are playing 2 copies of Song of Totenzan. It's an X spell that you can put any amount of mana into that you can pay for, and a red. Create X 1/1 black rat creature tokens with this creature can't block. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. And these are 1/1 rats that can't block, but everything gets haste, so all the tokens you make with the rats do gain haste this turn. We are playing 2 copies of Totenzan, Song of Totenzan. They are 65 cents a piece. It's going to set you back $1.30. 4 copies of an All-Star. You just have to include it, even though it's going to rotate out soon. Resolute Reinforcements, 1 and a white for a Human Soldier 1/1 with Flash. You can cast this at any time. You can cast an instant. When Resolute Reinforcements enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. We are playing a whole playset, which is 4 copies of them, and they are 38 cents a piece, so it's going to set you back $1.52. Then an oddball, we are playing 4 copies of Brimstone Roundup for 1 and a red enchantment. When you cast your second spell, each turn, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. It's got plot 2 and a red, and you can pay 2 and a red and exile this card, and you can cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Plot only as a sorcery. So to play, most of the time that you want to do this is you want to plot this on turn 3, and then on turn 4 cast something and then cast a Brimstone Roundup, or cast the Brimstone Roundup and then the next spell, and then it'll see itself, see that second spell, because Brimstone's the first one, and the second one will be the second spell, triggering the 1/1 mercenary. We are playing 4 copies of these, and these are going for 2 cents a piece. It's only going to set you back 8 cents for the playset. 4 copies of Form a Posse for another X spell, red-white, sorcery. Create X 1/1 red mercenary creature tokens with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. We are playing 4 copies of these. Let me check how much they are. They're going for 2 cents a piece, so it's going to set you back 8 cents for the playset. Another card, we are playing 3 Blind Mice for 2 and a white Saga. As this Saga enters, after your draw step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice it after it has 4 lore counters on it. First step, create a 1/1 white mouse creature token. Steps 2 and 3, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. And then step 4, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. This just helps us make more tokens. We're playing 4 of them. They're 17 cents a piece. The playset will set you back 68 cents. We are playing 4 copies of Tinker's Tote for 2 and a white artifact. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens. And then for a white and sacrifice Tinker's Tote, you can gain 3 life. This is our... in case we have a slow start and a couple totes in hand with 3 mana to play it, we can at least keep ourselves in the game by sacrificing the totes afterwards and to gain 3 life. Each one of these is going for a penny. The playset will set you back 4 cents. 4 copies of Rakish Crew for 2 and a black, an enchantment. Whenever Rakish Crew enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. The second ability, whenever an outlaw you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks are all outlaws. We mainly make mercenaries in this deck, obviously with the Form a Posse card and a couple other cards in the set that we had with Brimstone Roundup and maybe I think 1 or 2 more. We are playing 4 copies and they are going for 3 cents a piece. The playset will set you back 12 cents. 2 copies of Squee Dubious Monarch for 2 and a red for a legendary creature, Goblin Noble. It's a 2/2 with haste. Whenever Squee Dubious Monarch attacks, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. You may cast Squee Dubious Monarch from your graveyard by paying 3 and a red and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. Good little bit of graveyard recursion, makes us tokens, that's the plays we want to do. Squee is going for $1, so both will set you back $2. And then finally, 4 copies of Baron Bertram Grey Order for 2 white and a black. Vampire Noble, 3/4. Whenever 1 or more tokens enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 black vampire rogue creature token with lifelink. This ability only triggers once each turn. And then for 1 and a black, sack another creature or artifact, draw a card. The rogue obviously does pair up with Rakish Crew as well. It's the only other card that we do that makes an outlaw, if you will. So Barons basically gives us, anytime we make a token, which is the vast majority of the deck, another token. We're just trying to flood the board with tokens and make it impossible for our opponent to gain any semblance of advantage, because they could board wipe us, and 2 turns later we have the same board state we had before, if not worse. We play 7 plains, 5 swamps, 6 mountains, and we play deserts because it is Outlaws of Thunder Junction. We play 2 copies of Forlorn Flats when it enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target opponent. We can tap it to add a white or a black. Forlorn Flats are going for 8 cents a piece. We are playing 2 copies. Jagged Barons, same thing, enters tapped, deals 1 damage to target opponent, but this time it taps for black or a red. Barons are going for 20 cents a piece. This will set you back 40 cents for both of them. And then finally, in the main deck, 2 copies of Abraded Bluffs. Comes into play tapped, deals 1 damage to target opponent, taps for a white or a red. We are playing 3 colors, and we would need to hit our colors as quickly as possible. So if we have 2 basics and 1 of these in hand, that's an instant keep, and you play the come into play tap land first. That is the main board. Now we are going into the sideboard here, because this is best of one, how they do it. We are playing 4 copies of Duress in the sideboard. It is an all-star for these budget decks. For 1 black sorcery, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. The cheapest copy of Duresses are going for 4 cents a piece, so this will set you back 16 cents. Then we play 4 copies of Make Your Move. For 2 and a white, it's an instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. Sheridan, we need to get rid of big butts. Not even big butts. We need to get rid of the most powerful creatures, an artifact, or an enchantment. They're flowing all around in standard, so we need to play a play set of these as well. Make Your Move. Each is a penny. This will set you back 4 cents for the play set. We play 3 copies of Murder. For 1 and 2 black for an instant. Destroy target creature. Once again, we need to destroy creatures, especially with the abundance of bad creatures that wreck us. Anything with a 3/3 or higher, it's bad blocks for us, easy blocks for them. So if we can get rid of their biggest creature, their deadliest threat with Murder, I'm happy with that. We play 3 copies of this. They are a nickel a piece. So the 3 that we play is going to set you back 15 cents. And finally, we are playing 4 copies of Makeshift Binding. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls. Until Makeshift Binding leaves the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Mainly playing it for the gain 2 life. In case we're going up against aggro decks, mono red decks, Boros, Convoke decks, we just exile a creature and at least gain some life off of this. All 4 of these go for 3 cents a piece. That'll set you back 12 cents. In total, minus shipping, this deck is $8.87. And we are now going to take it into some games to see what exactly a micro budget, if you will, standard deck can do with a little bit of punching power and some focus. All right, second game here. I think. Oh no, Arena's had plenty of jerks today. That's for sure. But right now, I'm in love with this opening 3. Turn 1 Epicure. We can even turn 2 Brimstone in a turn 3 plot. Yeah, that's what we do. Turn 1 Epicure. A Kumano, okay. So probably mono red. Ooh. Yeah, I think we do this. Because I think if we get lucky and get another mountain, we can round up into Epicure, get 2 triggers off of one of each off the Brimstones. Alright, so Slick Shot Show Off. Cast non-creature spell. Okay. We didn't get what we were hoping for. So let's plot this one. Swing in for some damage. And hope our next turn we don't get spanked hard. Because I think we're going to Brimstone into Baron. And get some lifelink up here. Play with fire, the Epicure, yep, sure. Knew that was going to happen. I would do a mono red deck, but to really make it go, play with fires are going for like $3 right now. Yeah, it's that good of a card. But I think we Brimstone Roundup, plotting it, and then Baron. Oh, we should have done that backwards. That's fine. That's fine. I goofed. I could have gotten another 1/1 token if I had done Baron, then Brimstone, but that's a Godric. So I think we're going to have to jump block with the 1/1s. Now, the key to the mono red deck is just survive until their hand's empty, and then they're playing the top deck Olympics. If you play with fire the 1/1s before attacking, Monstrous Rage. Makes it a 7, and that's Xaxes. Alright, so I don't know what took them so long to figure that one out, but you know, they did. They could get rid of Rakish Crews. Do the ley lines. Then we're going to get rid of 2 of the Brimstone Roundups, a Baron, and a Song, and put in the 4 Duresses. Duresses, just to get rid of hand. Makeshift Binding gives us life along with Tinker's Tote, so yeah. I'm okay with trying to gain as much life as possible. Mono Red, though, cooks, but you can't do a budget Mono Red deck and make it work because Play with Fire is a $3 card. No red and no duress. Red with no white. I think we get rid of the Song. And start up as we started up last turn. But Squee can help if it survives long enough, but it's mono red. They have Play with Fires. They have Lightning Bolts and all that other stuff. Always you start with turn 1 Kumano. I could have Brimstone, and I think I might do that. Phoenix Chick. Okay. So let's block this up now. Get rid of the Brimstone. Draw a card. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you waste a Play with Fire on a 1/1? Sometimes stuff don't make sense to me. Alright, and we're pretty much dead because they have Godric. Good game. Nothing we could do on that one. Nothing we could do on that one. It's just, it cooked too fast. As I said, this deck's not going to win you a Pro Tour. Probably not even an F&M, but you'll have fun doing it. Ooh. I like it because of the bluffs. I like this opener because of the bluffs. So there definitely is it of some sort. And a Mirrex. And a Malcolm. What? You missed 2 points of damage because you wanted to be cheeky? I mean, I guess. Either way, we can sack the blood. Probably get rid of Forma Posse. Maybe even... Well, actually, no. We can get rid of... no. Ooh, it's going to be tough. I think we might get rid of... Baron? Epicure's there just for blocks. Second man, another Tome Raider. So let's crack this. Get rid of a Baron. Hopefully get an untapped land. Hopefully get an untapped land. There we go. We can Squee. Attack with the Squee. The 1/1 gets eaten, but we're behind. Then we can Tinker's Tote next turn. Get a couple blockers for the Goblin Tome Raider. Or they can just hold a counter spell. Great. Well, if it's going to be a counterspell, it's going to be a Rakish crew. It actually stuck. Whoa. Let's get some damage in. Block one of the 1/2s that are going to become a 2/2 soon, I think. Now, they only have 2 cards in hand, which is good for us. I was seriously hoping. Well, you know what? Let's Rakish Crew number 2. Do some blocks, gain some life. It's a lot of mana they have. That is a lot of mana. Alright, they created the Might to trigger the dowsing. All right, so posseing for 2, not very good, but we need to do something. Because that'll at least gain us 4 life. Unless they attack in mass, but we can at least gain 4 life, get 2 blocks. I don't really care much about poison. They are interesting synergy between Mirex and Drowsing device. I don't know if they were expecting the life swing that way. But I think our game could be over. Unless we do something like this. And then we Vulgarian Epicure. If it gets countered, we're dead. It does not get countered. Now we get a Vampire Rogue. It's an interesting lineup here. Interesting line. Kitesail Arsonist, all right. That's fine. But they can just swing out, right? We got to wait for them to make the mistake. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, we were almost there. They almost goofed up, though. Some murders. We'll get rid of Totenzons. Brimstones. We'll get rid of all the Brimstone roundups. And a Baron. Get some Duresses up in here. And see where that takes us. Hopefully we can almost win a game. Here's the thing. We've almost won some games. But what do you expect? It's an $8 deck. It's an almost $9 deck. Just to get you in a standard. Just so you can at least play some games instead of starting with random starter builds and whatnot. Would love a Swamp, but we got to keep because we do have Epicure. And if we get a Swamp, we can Duress. Spire Bluff for nothing. All right. That's a Jagged Barrens. So we can actually keep a land open. Attack with the Epicure, make them waste a play with fire. A Voltage Surge. Okay. They have a Shivan Reef now. So they have double blue. What do I want to get rid of? I think I want to get rid of Tote. Because we have a couple more. Want to get... So they're going to reveal an artifact card. Because I don't think they're playing many pirates. Oh! I love that card. Let's duress. Can't let him mana ramp anymore. But I think we got to play that and then hopefully bait him into attacking Resolute Reinforcements. And they didn't play... You play Captain Storm, then your artifact. If you played Captain Storm, then your artifact, you would have been able to get rid of both of my things. I think we just got a Rakish crew here. We have Murder now that we can do on whatever they want. So far, the deck it's definitely needing card draw. I would at least put 5, maybe 6 ways to draw cards if it spells. Take out the... Honestly, the first thing I would do is take out the 4... Bindings, I think they're called. Oh yeah, I took them out of the deck. That's the thing. I'm okay with taking this damage. I'm okay with taking it because they're down. Will Murder. Swinging for 2. Get the bluffs. Make it 3. Kite Sail Larcenist. Something's going to become a token. Probably Resolute. Or the... Yeah, it's probably Resolute, which is the wrong decision to make. It would have been the Mercenary. So they're going to crew the schooner with the Larcenist. They got the Conduit Pylons. Who's playing Conduit Pylons? I like the deck, though, but you don't put Captain Storm in and not Storm into Drowsing Dagger. I'm sorry. This game would have been over by now had that play happened. All right, so we can murder. Yeah, let's crack for black and duress. Oh, great. We got rid of the belligerent. I actually like that card. Now, they're going to activate Schooner. And then we're going to murder the Schooner. Hopefully. Breaches. To see what we draw. If it's a land, it's game. It's good. It's the GGs. Form a posse for 3. Yeah, I will. So they create that just to get the drowsing. I love that interaction between Merrick's and Dowsing Dagger device. I mean, it's a great interaction. We'll kill their thing. They're going to lose 3. We're going to gain 3. Another form? Sure, for 3. Well, that can't block. So we just have to hope that they can't pump Kite Sail enough. Captain Cosium, all right. Make a Merrick's, make a artifact, pump it, pump and dump, pump and dump. So they made it a 5-4. We're on a 2-turn clock at this point. That's not good. It's not good at all. All right. So going a whole lot of offers. Doesn't say the deck is bad. It's not one of my best budget deck brews that I've built, but all the other ones have a lot of cards coming out in a couple of months. Honestly, the first things I would do, I would get rid of the Brimstone Roundups, okay? And 2 of the Rakish Crews for this, if you wanted to upgrade. Add 2 Squeeze, and let me see. I think it's an instant. It's a 2-drop instant in red for your choice of stuff like Cathartic Pyre. Deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. You can also Thrill of Possibility. Discard a card to draw 2 cards. In black, though, there is stuff like Corrupted Conviction. Sack a creature, draw 2 cards. So you can add any number of Corrupted Convictions, maybe 2, and add, 4, if you will. Thrill. Then you can cut honestly, cutting the 2 Song of Toten'Zons might be better, because we do have some synergy with Forum and Rakish Crew, along with Baron. So yeah, that's what I would do for upgrading this deck immediately out of the jump. Just get some 2 Corrupted Convictions and 4 Thrills, and that gives you enough card draw at least to hopefully be able to refill your hand a little better. And basically, you just have to kind of deal with it. That being said, I do like this deck. I do like this $10 tokens deck originally, as it was, just to get a feel for how to play tokens and whatnot. I said it's not going to win you a Pro Tour. It's not going to win you even a standard showdown, but you will have fun at F&M for only $10 for the whole deck. And if you like it, you can improve it. It won't be that much to improve with those big money cards, however, like Mondrak and stuff like that, and Elish Norn. That's gonna set you back a bit, but that just makes the deck pop off so much more. That being said, my name is Dom Douglas, the back-to-back commentator of the year for XWW. I want to thank you for watching this deck tech here. I'm still enjoying my vacation, and may your top deck always be mythic.